and welcome to Yoga with Maria. I hope you're all well on this lovely lockdown Saturday. Just to check that you've got a good enough, big enough, obstacle-free space in whatever space you're working in this morning. And also if you've got any injuries, just to be really mindful of those. Listen to your body, be kind. Even if you have a past injury that might just kind of flare up every now and again, just be super mindful of that when you're doing your poses. But in the meantime, let us find a nice comfortable seated position. You don't have to have your legs crossed, you can have them out in front of you, just whatever is most comfortable for you. And let's begin by closing our eyes. So we'll just take our focus and our awareness into our breath. And just as always, with my instructions on breathing, I always try to breathe in and out through the nose. So just being mindful if you notice that you're breathing through your mouth at any point during your practice, just see if you're able, even just for a little while, to bring that breathing into the nose, breathing in and out through the nose. It's also a good thing if your mind is wandering, which it will so often do. Just bring your awareness and your focus back onto your breathing. How does it sound? How does it feel? Just lengthening the spine, lengthening the neck. Just releasing the shoulders. Inhaling through the nose and out through the nose. We'll do a quick body scan this morning just to check in with ourselves. So just noticing if there's anything particularly achy or niggly, just to give it an extra bit of attention as we clock through. So just taking your breath and your awareness into the tips of your toes, the soles of your feet, your heels, bringing that breath and awareness into your ankles, your shins, into your knees, your thighs, your glutes, those bum muscles, into your hips. And trace that breath and awareness into your lower back. To the bottom of your belly. Now trace that breath and awareness into the middle of your belly and round to the middle of your back. Tracing that breath up into the top of your back and then round into your chest, your shoulders, your arms, elbows, forearms, your wrists, your hands, fingers, thumbs. And trace that awareness back up your arms, into your shoulders, now into your throat, your neck, the back of your head, your forehead, your eyes, nose, mouth, your jaw. And trace that breath and awareness into your temples, into the top of your head and out. And just keeping your eyes closed, let's inhale, bring our arms up towards the ceiling. bring the palms together, and then exhale, bring them down towards our heart center. And again, inhaling the arms up, bringing the palms together, exhale, bring them down towards our heart center. And one more time, inhaling the arms up, palms together, exhale, bring them to rest at your heart center. And we'll begin our class this morning on an Om mantra. You can join in or just listen. Inhaling. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Enjoy your practice this morning. Let's just keep that focus again, just with the breath, just for a couple more moments. So you can keep your eyes closed if you like, for this little bit of breathing practice, or you can keep them open, whatever kind of works for you. Just keep that neck nice and long, the spine nice and long, the shoulders relaxed. And you're just going to keep that breath flowing in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. And we're going to do a little breath retention this morning, so we're going to hold the breath just for a few counts actually this morning. So what we'll do is we'll inhale through the nose and out through the nose, in through the nose and out through the nose. Then we'll hold the breath just for a count of 5. I'll count that. At the end of the 5 counts, just start to breathe normally and see if you can, on your inhalation after the breath hold, see if you can keep that breath nice and light, nice and subtle, so you're not gasping and taking a huge breath, but see if you can keep that breath nice and subtle. Subtle is the word of the morning. If you feel that 5 seconds is too long, then just release that breath and just start to breathe normally before the 5 counts is out. So let's go for a little breath retention. So keeping the shoulders down, we're going to inhale through the nose, nice and light, nice and easy. Exhale through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose, and hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, and just breathe normally. Just see if you can keep that breath subtle. How quiet can you make your breath this morning? Keeping the shoulders relaxed, let's go for another one. Inhaling through the nose, out through the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose, and hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, and just breathe normally, seeing if you can keep it nice and light. Great. And we'll go for one more. Inhaling through the nose, out through the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose, and hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhaling through the nose, nice and light, nice and subtle. Brilliant, really well done. Let's just take those shoulders round. Start to get rid of all that sleepiness or aching muscles that we have this morning. So you're inhaling, bringing the shoulders up, and exhaling, taking them back. And again, you don't have to be fast in this. You can really take your time with those circles, making them as big as possible. And then let's bring it into the chest. Inhaling, bringing the chest forward. Exhale, taking the chin towards the chest. Again, keeping that breath flowing in and out through the nose. And then bringing that movement to a stillness. Let's just take the head over to one side. And then let's just do some half circles, tracing the chin along the chest. And just stretching that neck out on the other side. And just taking your time, just stretching out that neck. And perhaps you want to hold the neck over on one side. Maybe you want to give yourself a little bit of a rub with your hands, just kind of massaging on that neck. Just a place we hold a lot of tension. It can be a place that gets quite sore, we don't always realise. Maybe take it over to the other side. Give that a little TLC. Again, just keeping that breath flowing in through the nose and out through the nose. And perhaps you want to take your head forward. You might want to bring your, lace your fingers and put a bit of weight on the back of your head using your hands. Or maybe you just want to continue that massage with that head tilted forward. Just kind of massage into the back of the neck and perhaps into the shoulders a tiny little bit. And then just slowly bring that head to sit back on top of your shoulders. As you just continue that little massage. Great, and then let's take the arms out in front of us. So just open the fingers, point the fingers towards the ceiling. Arms nice and long, shoulders down, and then scrunch the hands together to make little fists. And again, open those fingers, really spread them. Point the fingers towards the ceiling, so you're really having to work the wrists. And then scrunch them into little fists, keeping the shoulders down. Open. Again, see if you can really get those fingers to point to the ceiling. And then make some little fists. And then just loosen those fingers up. Start to make some rotations in the wrists. In one direction and then the other one. Seeing if you can keep those arms nice and long, but the shoulders down. Nice lengthening in the neck. Great. And then let's just take one hand, flip the palm towards the ceiling. Just give it a little stretch out. Great. Give it a little. And then change the side, palm towards the ceiling, and give it a little stretch. Again, see if you can bring that shoulder down away from the ears. These shoulders tend to try and creep up. Great. Let's give it a little rotation. Nice. And let's take the arms nice and long, lengthening again, keeping those shoulders down. And we're just going to take those arms up towards each other, palms together, and then exhale, lengthen again. And then you just take your own breath, your own rhythm with this. But you're just taking the arms up towards the ceiling. And then back down, nice and long, lengthening in those arms. So you're really working the arms, stretching them right across. And just a few more. Nice. Some beautiful arms. And then bring them back nice and long, and let's just take some forward circles. So nice and small. Keeping them nice and long, shoulders down, and then in the opposite direction, so rotating them back. Now it's your chance to show off your guns, so bringing the arms in towards the shoulders and then out. So you're really kind of flexing. Great. And more time. Shoulders down. Great. And then just give the shoulders towards the ears and let them go. And then shoulders towards the ears, really scrunch them up and then let them go. And one more time. Yeah, really let all that tension go. Ah, super. Let's bring ourselves onto our backs. And we're just going to get the legs moving. So we'll just go straight in with both legs. Palms flat on the floor. It's just freestyle legs this morning. So you can kind of, be gentle, don't throw them around too much. You can do some opening of the hips. You can do some cycling action. You can have one leg down and just do some leg raises, one leg and then the other. But just be really sort of free with your movement. So listen in, tune into your legs, into your body, to your hips. Feel what they need. Maybe you just want to do a few rocks from side to side. Keeping that breath flowing in through the nose and out through the nose. Start to engage your tummy muscles and your glutes, your bum muscles. Maybe you want to do 2 legs up and down. Sort of start to really waken up those tummy muscles. Maybe you want to do some kicks out. Just a little bit of fun. And then from here, just bringing the knees in. And we're just going to do a few little rock and rolls up and down the spine. Again, trying to see if you can keep that mouth closed as you're doing this. And as you come up to that sitting position, think about elongating the back, the neck, keeping the shoulders down. And if you want to challenge yourself, see if you can bring yourself into a squat. So widening those feet, bringing yourself into a squat, and then going back down. Just enjoy rocking up and down. Using that breath. See if you can do it on your hands. Nice. And then let's all of us bring ourselves into our nice little tabletop position. So your wrists below your shoulders. Just look at your knees, check that they're not too wide, not too narrow. Spreading your fingers, pressing the backs of the top of your feet into the floor. Inhaling, taking that gaze towards the ceiling. Exhale, tucking the chin towards the chest. A few little cat-cows. And you can just stay doing your nice cat-cow. But at any point you can free up your movement for your Saturday disco crazy cat. So you can just sit back on your heels. You can take that weight over your wrists, bend your elbows, swing through your arms, shake your bum, whatever feels good. And then from here, just bring in that nice free movement into a stillness. Again, lengthening that spine, lengthening the neck, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. And from here, all I want you to do is just press the tops of the feet into the mat so you bring your knees up. So your knees are coming up off the mat. You're spreading your fingers, you're breathing. Try engaging your glutes to see what difference that makes. And then bringing the knees back down. And we'll go for that again. So you're pressing the tops of the feet into the floor, lifting the knees, engaging the tummy muscles, squeezing the glutes. And then just bringing that down. You might want to give the wrists a little twist, a little turn. And then bringing that spine back nice and neutral. We're going to lengthen the right arm, and then in opposition, let's lengthen the left leg. And I mirror you. So again, we're not about reaching up towards the ceiling, but it's as if we're being pulled. We're lengthening in one long line. Beautiful. Stretching out that foot, really pointing that toe. And then releasing, let's change it. The other side, left arm lengthening, right leg. Again, bringing it not up, but lengthening. Stretching, stretch, stretch. And then release. Tucking the toes, bringing yourself into your nice ragdoll. Nice and heavy. You can keep those knees nice and bent to start with. Give your head a little nod, a little shake. Perhaps you want to do a little few twists from side to side. Really nice deep bend in the knees. And just give the head a little nod again. And bring yourself up through your spine, rolling up, stacking the vertebrae one on top of the other. And letting your head be the last thing that comes on top. Great, and then just bring yourself over to the front of your mat, or just make sure you've got enough space behind you. Just press a little bit into the tops of the toes so you can just stretch out that foot. Nice, and then bring yourself into your mountain pose with your toes touching, your heels slightly apart. Engaging those glutes, a little micro bend in the knees if you need to, pressing the tummy in towards the spine, chest nice and open, shoulders back. You can have your palms facing out. You can smile. Inhaling through the nose and out through the nose. You can always come back just to your mountain pose at any point. Inhaling, let's take our hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands. Step back into your chaturanga, your plank. Let's bring those bums down, the weight slightly forward. Squeeze those glutes together. Squeeze your pelvic floor, but keep breathing. Nice, enjoy your strength. Let's bring those knees down if you need to, keeping the elbows tucked in. Take that chest towards the floor, chin towards the floor. Inhale for your up dog. Let's take a few breaths in your up dog. So you might have all of your legs and your hips on the floor, and that's fine. Bring those elbows in. Maybe you've lifted up, so you've just got the tops of the feet on the floor. Opening that chest. Really squeeze those glutes, take the pressure off the lower back. Tuck in the toes, exhale for your down dog. Have a little walk around, paddle through the feet. Maybe you want to twist the hips from side to side a little bit this morning. Maybe you want to shake the hand, one hand out and the other. Maybe you just want to come straight into stillness. So spreading those fingers, pressing the heels towards the floor. Checking that your feet are hip width distance, your hands are shoulder width apart. Inhaling, taking your gaze towards your hands, stepping your feet towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, release, shoulders down, neck nice and long. Squeeze those glutes. Nice and strong in your core. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping or jumping back into your plank. Weight slightly forward, squeeze the glutes. And chest towards the floor, chin towards the floor. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Nice. Again, spreading your feet. Being your own master. Your own teacher. Looking at your hands, checking that your knuckles aren't creeping up, but they're pressing into the mat or into your carpet. Repositioning the feet if you need to. If your down dog doesn't feel quite right, maybe you want to walk the feet forward, or perhaps you want to walk them further away. Inhaling, taking your gaze towards your hands, step or jump your feet towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, release, shoulders down. Let's go for one more. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping or jumping back. Chaturanga, knees down if you need to, chest down, chin down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And again, don't be afraid, move your feet if you need to. Take that gaze towards your belly button. See if you can get that breath to be lighter, more subtle. Inhaling, taking your gaze towards your hands, step or jump your feet towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, release. Let's just get your breath back. Toes touching, heels slightly apart for your mountain pose. Enjoy that blood flowing through your body. Shoulders down. This time we're going to inhale. We're going to exhale, bend. Squeeze the glutes. We're going to inhale for a chair pose, arms nice and long, shoulders down. We're going to bring the palms together, and then you're going to bring your left elbow over that right leg. You're going to bring the palms back together, bring them in towards the chest for a twisted chair. You're going to see if you can pop that left knee back in line with the right one, in case it's popped out. Gaze towards the ceiling. Lovely. Taking the hands towards the floor, stepping or jumping back into your chaturanga. Bums down, weight slightly forward. Take those knees down if you need to. Chest towards the floor, chin towards the floor. Inhale, up dog. Tucking the toes, exhale, down dog. Let's take the right foot forward for our warrior one. I'm going to do it with you this morning. So bringing these hips round towards that right knee. Nice 90-degree bend, checking that back foot, bringing these hips towards that right knee. Shoulders down, arms nice and long. Beautiful. Open up into warrior two. Pivoting the shoulders round to the lengthways of your mat. Arms nice and long, gaze towards the right fingertips. Let's reverse the warrior. So taking the gaze towards the right forearm and taking the left hand behind you onto that leg or round the body for a bind. You're going to cartwheel the arms down. Bring yourself into a low lunge. Keeping the hands on the floor. If you need to grab a little towel or something to put underneath this knee, if it's too much, then you can. So you can just keep the hands down, enjoy this low lunge stretch in that hip. Or if you want, you can bring the arms up and take it into a little mini back bend. If you want, you can tuck that toe and take it into a low lunge. Whichever position you're in, let's bring those hands back down, stepping back into your plank, your chaturanga. Knees down if you need, chest down, chin down. Inhale, up dog. Tucking the toes, exhale, down dog. Few breaths, spreading the fingers, pressing the heels towards the floor. Inhale, taking the gaze towards the hands. Step or jump your feet towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, chair pose. We're going to hold this chair, shoulders down. Beautiful. We're going to take it on the other side now. So bringing the right elbow over to the left leg. Bringing the palms together, pulling them in towards the chest. Just looking at that right kneecap, tucking it back in line with the left one. Gaze towards the ceiling. Making sure you're breathing. Taking the hands down, stepping or jumping into your plank, your chaturanga, weight forward, knees down if you need, chest down, chin down, inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's step through with the left, warrior one. Nice 90-degree bend, pressing that foot into the mat, bringing these hips round, arms up, shoulders down, nice. Nice and strong. Squeeze those glutes. Open up into warrior two. Shoulders down. Just check that this knee still got a nice 90-degree bend. Gaze towards the left fingertips. Let's reverse the warrior. So taking the gaze towards the left forearm. The right hand behind you on that leg, or coming around into a little bind. Let's plant the hands down into our low lunge. So you can keep that knee down, grab a towel if you need to help support underneath. You can keep these hands here in that support. You can lift the arms up into a little mini back bend. Or you can tuck that toe, low lunge, arms up, and you could do a little back bend in that way. Squeezing those glutes, whichever position you're in. Bringing the hands down, stepping back into your chaturanga, weight slightly forward. Nice. Knees down if you need, chest down, chin down. Inhale, up dog. Tuck the toes. Last time, exhale, down dog. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Squeezing those glutes. Gaze towards your belly button. Inhaling, taking your gaze towards your hands. Step or jump your feet towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, chair pose. Squeeze the glutes, shoulders down, stretch those arms. Beautiful, coming all the way up. And release. Fabulous. So we're going to do a bit of a freestyle tree pose today. So traditionally, your tree pose will come with your, it doesn't matter which leg you start with, but your leg will come either up here or down here, just never on your kneecap. Today, I want you to free it up. So, starting with your balance on your left leg, with your right leg, I want you to position it wherever you like, just not on your kneecap. So you can have your knee up, you can have it out, you can have it stretched. You can bend this supporting leg if that helps. I want you to kind of free your movement. So actually maybe you want to hold it in one place for a second and then change. And then change. And then change. Keep that breath going. Maybe you want to take it behind you for a second. Just challenge yourself this morning. Maybe you want to try and lengthen it out. It doesn't matter where your arms are. Just enjoy it. Maybe you want to take it behind, take a little bend, change again. Find a position that you quite like. See if you can hold it. Challenge yourself maybe by taking your gaze towards the ceiling or closing your eyes in whichever position you've got your leg. Spreading those toes into the mat. Breath in and out through the nose. Lovely. Great. Give it a shake and then release it. Let's try it on the other side. So again, just kind of engaging that right leg. So I'm mirroring you. And just find a position. Shoulders down, and you can let your arms do whatever they want. See if you can keep the shoulders away from the ears. And then change. 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 Find a position that you quite like or that you don't like and it's more challenging. Maybe you want to close your eyes or take your gaze towards the ceiling. Keep that breath flowing in and out through the nose. Nice. And then just release it, give it a shake. Great. Let's do a nice forward fold actually. Let's do forward fold. So hip width distance apart with your feet. Just checking that bum is tucking underneath the torso. Nice. Loosen the shoulders. We're going to take our first finger and our middle finger and they're going to hook around our big toes. So nice deep bend in the legs, bringing that chest and your tummy onto your thighs. Hooking that big toe. Again, just making sure that your wrists aren't trying to be drawn towards each other, but they're opening out to give a nice roundedness in the arms. Let that head hang heavy. Give it a little nod. And with each out breath, see if you can lengthen the legs. But I want you to try to always keep contact with your tummy, your chest on your legs. If you start to feel it coming away, bend the legs and start again. So you're inhaling, exhaling, lengthening the legs. Even if it's just a fraction, you're using gravity as your friend. Again, give the head a little nod, making sure you're not holding that tension there. Squeeze those glutes. See what difference that makes at the back of the legs. Let's release the toes. Put the left hand down, just sort of in the middle, in front of your feet. And then let's reach up with the right arm. So if these knees need to be super bent still, then you just keep them nice and bent. If you think you can straighten them or lengthen one leg, you can. And then change through the side, so putting the right hand down and then extending the left arm up behind you. Releasing that, bringing the hands on the hips. Head heavy, give it a little nod. Bend the knees and bring yourself up again through that spine, allowing the head to be the last thing to pop on top. Let's do a nice little Trikonasana. So let's take a nice wide stance, not fall over. Your hips nice and wide, opening to the lengthways of your mat. I'll mirror you this time. So taking the right toes pointing at 12 o'clock and the left one's coming in a bit. Arms nice and long, shoulders down. And reach towards that right side. Reach, reach, reach. And then extend and open up. Lift yourself up out of your rib cage. Take the gaze towards the left fingertips. Check the arms not falling behind you. Bring it dead on top. Stacked. Breathing into this nice stretch of the side of the body. Inhaling, coming up, and then just change to the other side. So the left toe's pointing at 12, the right one's coming in. Just check these hips again. Just realign that bum, make sure it's underneath the torso. Arms nice and long, gaze towards the left fingertips. Reach, 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 and then extend. Again, don't collapse into it, but lift, really lift out the ribs. Gaze towards the right fingertips. Again, just check the arms not falling behind you, but it's nice and stacked on top. Breathing into this side. Lovely. Coming all the way up. And then we're going to just do a nice little goddess pose. So it's kind of really dependent on your width. So you find what works for you. Maybe you want to keep the width quite short. Maybe you want to take it nice and wide. So with regards to the toes, what's important is that your knees go over the toes. So the knees aren't coming in and they're not going too far back, so your feet are pulling off the floor. So don't worry about trying to get really low. What's important is that you're engaging your tummy muscles. You're keeping your bum tucked under. So you're squeezing those glutes, squeezing that belly, keeping the shoulders relaxed. So maybe you need to come back up and then start again. And once you're in your goddess pose, you think that feels okay, your knees just check. So again, you might need to come up a little bit, that's totally fine. Great, and you can take a little mudra if you like, so you can take your finger and your thumb together, and you can open those arms, super strong, powerful pose. Squeezing those glutes, nice. And you can stay here, or if you want, you can bring the heels up just a little bit, see if you can balance on those toes. You can smile. Then bring those heels down. Nice, then bring the legs up. Fabulous. We'll take ourselves down on the floor, you'll be pleased to hear. But we'll go down a little vinyasa. So your toes touching, your heels slightly apart. Back to your mountain pose before we go down. This time we're going to inhale and take a little mini back bend. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, stepping or jumping back into your plank. So weight slightly forward. Knees down for knee, chest down, chin down. Inhale, up dog. Tuck the toes, exhale, down dog. And then from here, you're just going to take your gaze towards your hands, little jump towards your fingers. Bring yourself down on your bum, legs out in front, your nice seated mountain pose. Let's take those toes towards the ceiling. Your knees pressing into the floor, spine nice and long, neck nice and long. Shoulders down. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, reaching forward. Nice lengthening in that spine, lengthening in the neck, bringing these hands wherever they are. Maybe for you they only reach here, and that's totally fine. Think about, see what difference that makes. Wherever you're positioned, just see if you can creep your fingers forward a little bit. But keeping that spine nice and long. Press those knees down into the floor. Great. Squeeze those glutes. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then release everything. Great. Let the spine curve, let the head hang heavy. Use these hands, these elbows. If you're only up here, use your body to support you. And then maybe you can move the hands further down your body. Maybe actually you want them at the side to help. But with each out breath, you're just allowing gravity to do the work. Just letting yourself go, giving yourself into gravity. And feel yourself just sinking a little bit more. Bringing yourself up. And let's take ourselves round onto our bellies, into our tummies. And we're just going to take our arms out in front, your forehead on the floor. And we're just going to take our arms off. lifting our head, so it's our forehead off the floor and our arms are reaching, but legs stay on the floor. Shoulders kind of bringing them back away from your ears. Breathing. Engaging those glutes. And then release. And you can bring your forehead on your hands if you like, if that helps. And then this time we're just going to take the legs up, so keeping the head and the arms down, and just raise the legs up. Squeeze the glutes. Make sure you breathe. And then release. Give the hips a little shake from side to side. We're going to take the arms back out, nice and spread out. We're going to go for a skydive. So you're going to bring your forehead off the floor, arms and legs off the floor. It's like you're being pulled in all directions. Don't forget to keep breathing. A few more breaths and release. Again, bring your head on your hands if you want. Give the little hips a little shake from side to side. And then from here, you can do the same thing. If you want to just do the skydive move again, you can. Otherwise, you can try a bow pose. So you can bring one hand to start with, and you're bringing it on the inside of your foot, grabbing the top of your foot. And then the same on the other side. So it's on the inside, not on the outside. So grabbing both feet behind you. And from here, lifting the hips up, lifting the forehead up, creating a nice bow. Breathing as well, in through the nose and out through the nose. Maybe you're just doing the skydive again. And then releasing. Tucking your hands and sitting yourself back into a nice prayer or child pose. So arms out in front or bringing them by the side of your legs. Great. And then from here, I'm just going to do a nice little camel. So again, you've got a couple of choices. Let's just get our posture right first. So just check that your knees are hip width distance. So they're not too wide, not too narrow. Again, just check these legs, that they're not kind of doing weird things, but they're nice and straight. The ankles straight as well. It might have a tendency to kind of go in a funny direction, so you can keep it nice and long. So you've got a couple of choices. You can just have your hands on your lower back, and it's as if you're trying to get your elbows to meet. Shoulders down, and you're just going to open the chest, take the head back slightly, squeeze the glutes to take the pressure off the lower back, and you can just enjoy this open chest. If you want to go into full camel, you can bring one hand onto the back of your heel. You can just do one arm, maybe one arm's enough for you today. If you want, you can then try the other arm. Let the head go, opening the chest, squeezing the glutes. And if you are in full camel, just making sure that you come out one hand at a time. And then let's all together just sit ourselves back again into child pose. So you can have your knees touching, or you can have the knees really wide. It will give you a different stretch. So kind of see which one works best for you in just helping stretch out that lower back. But you're really trying to get the bum to meet your heels. So you're pressing back. Great. And then just bring ourselves just sitting up. And then let's take I'll mirror you. So let's take our right leg out. And then bring the left heel in, kind of tucked in close. Now maybe tucked in close won't work, so maybe you actually want to bring it further out. It's kind of really what works best for you. There's no right or wrong in it. What we're going to do is we're going to take our right hand and grab our left ankle, wherever that is, and you might want to change. And then we're going to open out towards that right foot. So the right foot's going to point its toes towards the ceiling. Even if you're nowhere near, don't worry. What we're trying to do is open that chest towards the ceiling. So you're taking the gaze towards the forearm, and you're using this hand as an anchor. So again, you're allowing gravity to help assist you. If you can grab your foot, great. You can grab that and help with that side stretch. If you're thinking, oh, I'm nowhere near there, that's totally fine. You're just using this leg as an anchor. Breathing into that nice side stretch. Or perhaps unpleasant side stretch. But hopefully it'll feel good after. And let's change over to the other side. So lengthening the left leg and then bringing that right knee in. And again, finding your wherever works best for you with this foot. So maybe it is better close up, but maybe it's better further away. So you figure out what works for you. Taking the left hand on that right ankle and then the right arm over. So again, even if you're up here, that's fine. You're using this hand to help support that stretch. Breathing into that side stretch. If you can grab your toe, then by all means grab it. But again, you're opening this chest towards the ceiling. Keeping this right foot planted nice and firmly on the floor. Few more breaths. And coming up. Great. And take yourself down onto your back. Keeping the feet on the floor. Knees pointed towards the ceiling. Your palms flat. Neck nice and long. The chin tucking in towards the chest. And we just want to raise those hips up off the floor just for a moment. Squeeze those glutes, keep the chin tucked in, press those feet into the floor, use them. Just see if you can raise your hips a little bit further. Squeezing but breathing. And then allowing the spine to go back down, vertebra by vertebra. Especially at the last little bit, so you can get the hips to be the last thing that goes down. Nice. And then we're going to go again. If full wheel is in your practice, you can bring those palms beside your ears and lift yourself into full wheel. Otherwise, just go back to a bridge, bringing the hips up. You can take the hands underneath. You can clasp the palms together, but you're really squeezing those bum cheeks. Opening that chest. And again, just slowly bringing yourself out. Wheel if you're in wheel. Slowly bringing those hips down. And bringing the knees in towards the chest. Little rock from side to side. And now you can take your arms nice and wide. Take your knees over to the left. And your gaze to the right. If you want to intensify the stretch, you can do like a little eagle pose. So you can stack the right knee over the left into a little bind and then take the knees over. Bringing the knees back in towards the chest, unraveling your legs if you're in the bind. taking the knees over to the right and the gaze over to the left. And if you want to do the bind, you just stack that left knee on top of the right and then take the knees over. Bringing the knees back into the chest, unraveling your legs if you're in the bind, and then squeezing everything together, tucking the chin towards the knees, clasping the elbows, squeezing everything, bring those heels together, squeeze, 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 and then release into your well-deserved Shavasana, your corpse pose. So now just let everything go, just widen the legs and the arms, and palms towards the ceiling. Just see if you can feel as much contact with the floor as you can with those shoulder blades. Lengthen the neck and then let the head be nice and heavy. Let the glutes go, the belly. And just enjoy the support of the floor. I'm going to read a few words from Hamin Sunim, again from his book Love for Imperfect Things. Before you lay your head on your pillow and go to sleep, recall just 3 things you were thankful for today. If you continue to do this for 2 months, you will see an increase in your level of happiness. Because instead of focusing on what is wrong with your life, you will develop a habit of looking for what is good. A happy mindset needs practice. Ready, just start to bring some awareness back into your body. Bringing some movement into the toes and the fingers, the wrists and the ankles. Maybe bringing your hands above your head, giving yourself a big stretch. And just slowly allow yourself to go over to one side. And in your own time, keeping your eyes closed, just bring yourself up to a nice, comfortable seated position. And let's together in the corners of our homes. Inhale, bring our arms up towards the ceiling. Bring the palms together. Exhale, bring them down towards our heart center. And again, inhaling. Palms together. Exhale, bring them down towards your heart center. And one more time. Inhaling. Palms together. Exhale, let them rest at your heart center. And we'll close our class on 3 Oms followed by Shanti. You can join in or just listen, inhaling through the nose. Om. Shanti, 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 which means peace, peace, peace. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you very much. A beautiful class, really well done. If you're able to donate for the session this morning, you can do that via the website www.yogawithmariagray.com. Also, if you feel the need to do more yoga over this weekend, you can catch up on this week's videos on YouTube, which is youtube.com/Maria Gray. Nice and simple. So thank you so much. I'll be sending a quick email out towards the end of this week, maybe today or tomorrow, with next week's timetable, which will be the same as this week's. And also I'll be kind of putting out little feelers about a course that I'm going to run that will kind of look a bit more in detail at certain things. So hopefully you'll see a sort of a bigger progression in I think what will be a month's course, but more details to follow. I wish you a lovely weekend and a fabulous Saturday. Thank you very much. Namaste.